We'll begin with this sad development coming from Jos, the Plateau State capital, where at least 500 shops belonging to traders at the popular Terminus main market were razed by a midnight inferno. The cause of the fire outbreak is yet to be ascertained, although witnesses claimed it might be as a result of an electrical fault from one of the shops. Senior reporter Funam Joshua has more.
Residents of Jos, the Plateau State capital, wake up to yet another sad development. A section of the popular Jos main Terminus market was again razed for the second time by a midnight inferno. The commercial center was burned sometimes in the year 2001, and while the state government is considering reconstructing the market, then came this development. A delegation from the state government and the leadership of the Jos Main Market Association confirmed that about 500 shops belonging to the traders burned to ashes.
Yesterday, around 11 in the night, I was called that there is fire in the market. Then we rushed to the market. When we rushed, the fire started somewhere, just a small place. Then we now rushed to the fire service. When we went to the fire service, all their two cars, there is not even tires. That is their just not branch here. So we now start calling all angle. So one of the bike will come from your south. When the bike will come, they try their best to quench the fire. The fire is much, but because when you see how the fire is, how the market is burning, you'll be surprised. Actually, what is going about that, there are many are saying is NEPA light. So we are suspecting it's NEPA. So all our expectation is NEPA.
Okay, how many shops were affected?
More than 500 shops.
You know, I believe there should be general sensitization because most of the crowd you will see here, I believe they have the intention of looting. So the advice is that I think the chairman of the local government, ward heads, and then the fire service will also come in to sensitize members of the public that when things happen like this, at least they should give way to the fire engine so that they can carry out their job appropriately.
I want to use this opportunity to say that based on the report that we have received from chairman and the eyewitnesses that we have been getting from here, it is it began as a spark from a shop. So, but then we are not going to leave it at that. We would do everything to again unravel the root cause of this fire that has engulfed the Terminus market, where about 500 shops have been reported to be burnt down.
While the Plateau State government commiserates with the victims of the situation, residents are urged to desist from spreading false and inciting information on the development. Funam Joshua, TVC News, Jos.
Funam Joshua joins me on the news now for more updates on this development. Funam, to think that Plateau State, is reeling from some form of insecurity and now it's an inferno. What more can you tell us about this sad development?
As you can see, we are standing right now at the bond market, place. As you can see, there are some smoke still, visible at the moment. Well, the state and fire service did well to put it under control, but the damage has been done already. Over 500 shops burned to ashes following the unfortunate this morning. Earlier, the state government, through the Commissioner of Information and the market leadership, the Association of the Terminus leadership here, went round to see for themselves the level of the damage caused by the inferno. And then they gathered that over 500 shops were burnt by the situation, by the fire here. One thing that was stressed by the Commissioner of Information here is that, calling for residents in the state to be calm, because early in the morning when the whole thing started, there were some kind of tension from some of the residents that came out. They were angry. Some of the shop owners here were angry about the situation, and the whole situation wanted to be out of control. But the government is pleading with residents following the insecurity that the state witnessed some weeks ago. While the government is trying to control that one, we are having this one at the moment. So the government is pleading with residents in the state to remain calm and not to take law with their hands But then to allow the authority to come up with their investigation, we learned that it's the situation started as a result of possibly from an electric spark from one of the shops here. Normally they told them that after closing from the market, they told them to switch off their appliances. But then they are suspecting that this situation came as a result of one of the shop owners, forgot to switch off his appliances. So the situation here is somehow, it's normal at the moment, but there was a bit tension in the morning.
But Funam, what have you gathered about the swiftness of response of the fire services to that, ugly incident?
Yes, earlier in the morning, around 1 a.m., we learned that when they called them, there was a bit delay from the state fire service here. They were having problem with their vehicles, but then the federal fire service, swiftly, came and they were able to control the situation. They really did their best, but then so many properties were lost in the course of the situation.
All right. While they're still trying to unravel, more details about what led to this inferno, does it appear the state government might provide some form of succor to those who have lost properties to this inferno?
Yes, the Commissioner of Information, while appealing to residents to remain calm, also assured that the state government is going to see to it that some of the traders that lost their properties here, something will be done to see that they cushion their own challenge at the moment. So the government assured them that they are going to see to it that at least they support them in that capacity.
Funam Joshua for us in Jos Plateau State. Thank you very much, Funam, for that update.